This is Beer 30 Sports O'Clock. Oh, man, that sounded deep. Pause. And this episode's beer is 903 Brewers Por Favor, or Cerveza, for Cerveza, geez, get this correct. Cerveza Por Favor. It's a Mexican-style lager from the 903 Brewery out in, I believe they're in Sherman. Started off tongue-tied, but this beer is actually really good. Damn, that's damn good. Maybe I'm a lager fan and I just didn't know it. Especially Mexican lager. I mean, geez. So, shout out to 903 Brewery, or 903 Brewers. This is actually really damn good. It's probably one of my favorite lagers so far. I like the can too. The can is pretty dope, where it's got the, you know how I like the skulls and the beard and all that stuff like that. It's pretty dope. And it's very colorful too, right? You know, only 4%. And like I said, it's a good Mexican lager. It's not very strong. It's not very spicy like some of the other Mexican style beers we've had on the show, or I've had on the show, and things of that nature. But as you all know, if you follow the show, you know I got this at my favorite store to get beer, all my beer needs, whether it's a single, 6-pack, case, keg, mini keg, party packs, whatever your beer heart desires, you can get it at Total Wine. That's right, shout out to Total Wine, my favorite beer store to be shopping in. And while I'm shouting people out, let me shout out the whole team at Sunset Lounge, where you can find and listen to shows like Shippy and Grooves, Your Dark Companion, Al Maximo, The Angle, and yours truly. And now you can get on there and listen for free. That's right, for free. So sign up and get some entertainment and so much more over at Sunset Lounge. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Having technical difficulties over here. But yeah, so now it's time for the news you can booze to. All right. Let's get into March, man. March is here. But you don't need me to tell you that. Spring is coming, the weather's changing, and the madness is here. The madness is coming, the brackets are coming. So let's first talk college basketball. My apologies again, y'all. I don't know who these people are. But anyway, first, the conference championships are going on. Women's college basketball had a weird situation. They had a coin flip decide who was going to be the number one seed. Texas is the number one seed for women's college for the SEC championship, and the USC is now the Big Ten champions. And the ACC, I got to look that up because I ain't going to lie to you, I ain't been paying attention to the ACC that much because the Big Ten and the SEC have had me in a headlock. But hey, listen. So they did a coin flip, which is the first time I've ever seen it. I didn't really get it, but, hey, I guess they said it's been done before. I don't know. Fuck. Who knows? But yeah. Then men's is going on as well, and I believe that men's is about to be very entertaining. It's going to be some wild games. I still got Auburn is like pretty much sweeping the floor with everybody, but it's another time. Basketball, NBA has been good too. NBA has been really good, and excuse me. NBA has been really good too. The Cavs, the Celtics, and the Cavs played for that #1 spot, and the Celtics were putting it on them. I'm not gonna lie, the first quarter was kind of crazy. They were putting it on them, and yeah, they were just getting crazy. But the Celtics celebrated a little too early. A little too early.
They've got the best record, and yet they look like they're absolutely stunned here.
Tatum a three. Bang! What a start. It's 25-3. I think they're taking this one seriously. Tatum the first one. Mitchell powers in and throws it down. Donovan Mitchell with authority, and it's back to 10.
And Donovan Mitchell has been very aggressive.
Mobley steps into a three-pointer, puts it in, and the Cavs with their first lead of the night. Timeout, Boston.
Over his last 16 games, you're on the road against the defending champs. He's got 9 in the 4th. Okay, young man.
Listen, they came to play. The Cavs, I think this kind of proved something for me. As far as the Cavs, it's not just a flash in the pan. It's not just they've been playing bad teams from the East. Celtics celebrated a little too early, and I think they got what they deserve. I think this Cavs team is gonna make it. They're deep. They're playing team ball. Not only did they win that game in a comeback fashion, they won against Portland in a comeback fashion, which I know you're saying, oh, Portland, but Donovan didn't play, and Darius didn't have a great night. It was the rest of the team that looked good. It was the rest of the team. It was the bench. Everybody else came to play, and they were terrible about 2.5 quarters. They were just kind of going through the motions. There was like a lid on the rim, and it was just not very, I don't know. It was just very like, Donovan's not playing. We're just going to let it go. That's what it felt like. But in the third and fourth quarter, in the middle of the third to the fourth quarter, they turned something on. The coach must have snapped them out of it. And all of a sudden, they won in OT against Portland without Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland having like a mediocre game at best. Crazy. So that leads me to think that I think the Cavs are going to take it this year. I think the Cavs are going to be in the finals at least this year. I think the Celtics are too concerned with this Jason Tatum and how everybody disrespects him, and they don't put him in the category of being great. And I'll be honest, man. Listen, Jason Tatum is a great player. Not good, great player. The problem with Jason, I think, is he's very unlikable. A lot of people think he's corny. A lot of people think he's a mimic. He tries to copy everybody. Tried to copy Kevin Garnett when they won the championship. Didn't look right. Tried to do, it's just been certain things that he's been doing or has done in the past that just rub people the wrong way. Like, bro, you a copycat. Be your own self. Find your own image and find your own whatever. But honestly, he's still a great baller, and you got to give him that. The man just turned 27. Literally this week just turned 27. That's insane to me. So, listen, say what you want about him, but the boy can ball. The ball is great, okay? But the Cavs are hungry. I think the Cavs learned from last year. I think the Cavs have enough firepower, enough depth to run with Boston in a 7-game series. And I think that also in that conversation of being hungry is Oklahoma Oklahoma.
Firing from three, rims out, tapped out in the hands of Williams. Williams sets the feet, hits the three. Pass inside, Wallace dumps it off to Hartenstein, has to scoop it up. Williams for three, good.
He's been so good all season long. I mean, his ability.
San Antonio by 2. Hartenstein out to Jang. Jang dumps it off. Williams climbing the ladder. Fox on the move in the lane, blocked by Williams. And Wallace gets it into Caruso. It's been a good one in this first half. Whoa, Williams through traffic, kisses it off the window and draws the foul. Williams through traffic, off balance. 77-69. Williams, 19 points, fires a three, got the bounce.
Listen, Williams was on fire, had a season high of 41 points. That game was great. Kind of another game, just kind of going through the motions. Seemed like OKC was just kind of like, you know, it's San Antonio, no Wemby, no problem. But San Antonio was putting it on the boys at first, and then there was a little scuffle and shit. And I don't know if they just banded together. They woke up after that. You know, they say don't poke the bear. And I guess, you know, San Antonio poked the bear and, excuse me, they just decided, like, you know what? We're tired of this. We're gonna show y'all what it is. And SGA had a pretty good game. He 30 points, I believe, but that's average, right? And Williams went crazy. And then Caruso and everybody's been adding to. I think that, you know, although they are one of the youngest teams in the league, I think that they got so far last year that I think that this year they're gonna make that leap. They are the two hungry teams to watch. Yes, I know that's not a big surprise. It's not a big ooh, but it's either them or it's Denver. And I know people are thinking crazy because Denver has not looked 100% with Jamal Murray and them, but a lot like Pat Mahomes and a lot like Travis Kelce in the playoffs, they are different animals. So playoffs, it gets a little. So we shall see. But I think OKC, I think it's their year. Meanwhile, the Lakers are second seed right now. I know it's getting crazy. The Luka Lakers and all that shit, whatever. Listen, I think that with Luka there and LeBron having the rejuvenation that he's had and things of that nature, I think that's where they're at. Great, whatever. I don't fear them in the playoffs. I don't think they have a great squad. I don't think that they're going to be that great. Luka did have an injury scare for a minute in one of the last games. Everybody was freaking out, but he came back and, whatever. And I know it's the thing that people want to do and constantly kick the Mavs and everything like that, kick them while they're down. But one person that I really wanted to shout out, man, me and my nephew were having this conversation, one of the last home games for the Mavs. And basically, this was an opportunity for Kyrie to step up. And I just want to read off the stats while he has been here without Luka and honestly, he's just been going off. And I think people are not really paying attention to it. And I want to give a shout out to it because, my God, man, these stats are crazy. So first off, February, 34 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. February again, 19 points, 4 assists, and 4 steals. 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists. 30 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. 42 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 3-pointers made. 35 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. 35 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Listen, Kyrie is going absolutely insane since Luka left. I don't think it has to do with anything with Luka, more so of the fact that he knows that the onus, that everything is on him. So he's taking that, and he's taking that like a leader should, and he is putting that just, you know, at the forefront. He's making sure that he is the absolute best player on the court, and he has been showing his ass. So yeah, so I want to shout out Kyrie for that, man. He didn't play tonight, as a matter of fact, but again, he didn't play tonight. So, but shout out to Kyrie, man. Shout out to Kyrie. Now, to the NFL. Oh, to the NFL. All right, so first up, man, the NFL trades and tags and releases are happening all crazy and everything, but there's some major stuff that we need to talk about. First off, the Rams. The Rams are the worst poker players of all time. They told Stafford, they said, you know what, Stafford, we don't think the market really gives a fuck, and we're not going to re-sign you. Go ahead and shop trade offers and all that good shit. We don't care. We don't care. All it took was a lunch with Brady or a meeting with Brady, and they re-signed him. They said, no, we were just playing. We were just playing. Come on back. We love you. You know we love you. Girl, come here. Girl, you know we love you, Stafford. Yeah, exactly. Crazy how that happens. Meanwhile, the Niners have traded Deebo Samuels for a 5th-round pick to the Washington Commanders. Ain't that where Ayuk was supposed to go? It's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. So I really want to dive in this a little more, but I'm kind of like, I don't really know, because that second year sophomore slump is real, and it has happened to every single quarterback coming out of that second season. C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert, Dak. It's happened to almost every single rookie quarterback that had a great year, and then the next year they kind of didn't have a bad year, but just didn't have another great year. They just had a okay year, a good year. Defenses started to expose them and figure them out. I think that's what's going to happen with Jaden Davis. I think this was actually a really good play to help him solidify and stay, because Scary Terry and Deebo, and they didn't trade much for it. A 5th round is not a lot to give up for a wide receiver like Deebo. Deebo who can come off of reverses, do some of the things that Cliff likes to do, Kingsbury likes to do. I do think that this makes the Commanders a good little step up to come up to the NFC East and maybe give the Eagles a run for their money. Although the Eagles are not really they got a gem out of DeJean, they got a gem out of Braun. I think they're gonna probably re-sign him. I think that would make the most sense. They did, however, release Slay. Darius Slay, one of their corners, they did release him. Now, I'm going to be honest, I kind of don't see, I understand why, because they didn't want to pay him big bucks. But, man, Howie Roseman is cooking, bro. He's just continually cooking, and the NFC East is kind of moving in the direction that he's fucking puppeteering right now, because, damn, bro. But I think that he needs to go ahead. Slade needs to go to a team where he feels like he has competition, or he can be competitive. Maybe the AFC, NFC. I don't see him going against the Eagles, anything like that, because it's just, I don't know. I don't see it. Chiefs, you might want to make that phone call. But McDuffie from the Packers just re-signed for a 2-year, $9 million deal. Extension, somewhere around about that. I'm super excited about that as a Packer fan. I thought McDuffie, especially towards the end of the year, had a great season, and I feel like he should have been rewarded for it, and he was. So shout out to the Packers for finally doing something like that. Now please go get some fucking corner help. If you're gonna let Jair fucking leave, please go get us some corners. Not Slay, but go get us some corners. Anyway, Now, so also who got tagged, and the Bengals have been doing subtle little releases of like offensive line or defensive line, you know, just veterans that they're like, yeah, we can cut the fat, right? And I feel like the Bengals knew what they were about to do all along, because Jamar Chase has already been on record saying he wants to be the highest non-quarterback paid in the league, and they're looking at upwards of $40 fucking million a year. What? That's quarterback money. Like, that's quarterback money. That's unheard of. But meanwhile, T. Higgins got tagged. He got franchise tagged, which for being the second receiver on the team, I think it's a 26.2 or 26 point something million tag. That's a good tag for being the second receiver. I'm not gonna lie, you're up there as far as getting paid. I don't think he wants to play on the tag. I don't know if he's gonna sign the tag. They may possibly tag him and trade him. But we'll see. I don't know. It's very weird what's going on. Jamar's sending out subtle shots. Burrow has already said that he will he will take structure cuts to help keep the team together. And at the combine, which we'll get to in a little bit, they did not send any offensive personnel, coaches, anything to the combine. They sent like damn near the entire defensive coaching staff to the combine. So you know what they're drafting for. So I feel like they're gonna pay everybody that they need to pay, or they're gonna figure out everybody that they need to figure out. I don't know. It doesn't bode well. I don't know. It's very weird that they would tag him, but I feel like they have to do that until they figure out this Jamar Chase thing. But then what are you going to do with Trey on the other side? Like, it's going to get messy for the Bengals, and I'm here for it. I'm not going to lie, I'm here for it. I'm here to see how it unfolds for everybody else but the Packers. Because I'm like, please keep Jair. I know he gets hurt all the time, but please. But there is trade talks about DK Metcalf coming to the Packers, so I'm just hoping we get away with fifth rounder like Deebo Samuel trade. I'm not going to lie. And before we get to the beer goggles of the week, isn't it time your daily fantasy apps paid better? Well, with Better, it will. You'll get better plays and better pays with Better. So download the Better app today and use code BEER30 to get your first deposit matched up to $200 and so much more. I'm talking LeBron, half a point assist or rebound. Luka, half a point assist or rebound. Download Better today and use code BEER30 to get your first deposit and all the bonus plays you can get on Better today, right now, today. And now, it's time for the beer goggles of the week. Man, it has been there's been a lot of fights, man. It's getting really feisty after the All-Star break, and it's kind of crazy to see. But Houston, we have a problem.
He gets him right here. He's making, you know what? He's making sure he doesn't get up. A little follow through from there with the men.
I think there's going to end up being more to this than just a common foul.
Yeah, no joke. Definitely more than just a common foul. And aren't goalies supposed to use their hands?
Huge shame for Roberts and for the game, in fact, because, I mean, he started at a good pace. There's a great FA Cup atmosphere and feel about this ground. Two teams in great form. But this moment here, you feel is really going to define this game, because it's given Millwall.
I know it wasn't on purpose, but I'm so confused. What was he doing? You can use your hands. And of course, Mr. Brooks, DeRozan, a little drunken shit talk, you know, just a little drunk.
All right, man.
There it is. Oh. Nah, DeRozan definitely a fake tough guy, bro.
He is. He is.
Against the Kings, and here it is. DeMar kind of talking to the official and pointing to Dylan Brooks, and of course, he's not going to let that go.
Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah. Oh, they gave him a double tech for that.
What did DeMar do?
By the way, I don't agree with the first part of that video where they were talking about he's a fake thug. DeRozan, I didn't say that. The guys on the other video said that. I don't know where that, yeah. So, I didn't say that. So, anyway. Spurs and Thunder trying to be in a drunken brawl. I don't know what the hell happened here, but this is the thing that made the Thunder wake up.
Champagny picks it up, gives it to Castle, finds a cutting Sohan with the hammer, and now we got a scuffle at center court. Kenrich Williams and Julian Champagny, and now Dort mixing it up with Sohan. And they're getting SGA and Kenrich Williams out of there. And the award for best drama goes to...
The award for best drama goes to... Ah, man. And that was Beer Goggles of the Week. Now it's time for the six-pack of the week. And my boy Cade wants to fade for Dunk of the Year. And I'm here for it.
Joker fakes from the corner, puts it on the deck against Isaiah Stewart. Trying to get to the basket and score it because Stu's got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah. And Jokic knows it.
Stu has 4 fouls.
Wasn't about to take the three. He was going to put pressure on Isaiah Stewart's physicality.
Malik Beasley to the lane, to the rim. Finger roll, no. Jokic with the rebound. Swipe by Cade! Drives, jams, and brings the crowd to its feet.
Did you see that? Cade with the quick steal, and then he's just going to rear this thing back and jam it right over the top. Najee there. Good night, Najee.
Najee 6'11", it didn't matter. Cade with a throwdown, drew a foul. Denver takes time. It's 102-79 Nuggets with 2:32 to play in the third.
Vicious.
Vicious. Vicious. Oh, all vicious. Excuse me. Not so vicious. Tennessee, buzzer beater, wins versus Alabama.
Meshack's got to go. He will fire. He wins it! Jahmai Meshack wins it!
Crazy. Crazy. Another crazy one. This is like the buzzer beater week. Yeah, we're just going to call it the buzzer beater week because there's a lot of buzzers. A lot of buzzer beating fades. Crazy. And sliding and scoring is probably just the wildest thing I think I've ever seen. I don't even know how.
Timeouts can't advance the basketball. Shot clock is off. Down by 2. Green slips, loses her footing, gets it back.
crazy. Crazy. Man. And listen, Juju, y'all know how I feel about my girl Juju, man. But she owns California right now.
Over the top, and so is Juju Watkins. Yeah, stop and factor. It's such a big strength of UCLA, so their second chance opportunities is something that USC needs to be very mindful of.
Oh boy, USC has 10 wins by 30 plus this year. Here is Watkins, tough pull-up.
Complementary players. There's a reason these are the number 2 and number 4 teams in the country.
Juju got caught midair, got the kick out.
Go through for UCLA. Like I said, they're a composed team.
Juju.
Watkins isn't quite as involved.
She wants it here. She's got it. Catch and shoot. And it's a bullseye.
Doing her work before the catch, it is nearly impossible to stop.
Juju got it again. The visceral.
Man, Juju, my girl, dog, she be going crazy. Especially when she played UCLA, man. I don't know what it is about UCLA. I don't know what they did to her, why they pissed her off, but don't do it no more, okay? Because y'all, she's dominating the Big Ten on y'all ass. And this next one is hilarious, and I didn't know mascots could do this. I mean, hit the bullseye twice? That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. And that was the 6-pack of the week. Now, I told you, excuse me, that we were going to get to the combine. And we were going to talk about, it was a lot. I'm sorry, that was the 6-pack of the week. And now we're going to get to the conversations at the keg, which we're going to talk just NFL Combine because there was that much going on. Sorry, y'all. That Mexican lager is starting to kick in a little bit. But anyway, listen, there's winners, there's losers, and then there's we are who they thought they are. Yeah, they are who we thought they were. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So first up, all I'm going to say is I kind of knew this already, but to see it this badly on tape is crazy.
And transfer portal and how that's impacted college football. For me, on the scouting side of things, the realignment with the Big Ten and the SEC, I've never seen more good on good with these players as you're studying them, get ready for the season. Did you notice that? I mean, just appreciate a nice outcut.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Here's another one.
A couple times, got to see him in person a couple times, and does a lot of things well. Asked him to throw the ball around.
I was on the coaching staff where his father.
Oh, okay, all
his
right.
father played. There we go.
Aging yourself a little bit.
Age reveal.
Let's put a little more air under this. The first one was a little flat.
There we go.
Yeah. That was better.
I'm trying to figure out this angle.
Listen, Will Howard looked great in, college football, playoffs, college football. It's miraculous. It's almost like the Sam Darnold effect. I know that sounds wild. I'm not comparing Will Howard to Sam Darnold, but I'm just saying when you have phenoms like Jeremiah Smith and phenoms like Justin Jefferson to throw the ball to, it's very easy to throw the ball up and just they make you look good. But not saying Will Howard is bad or Will Howard that I could throw the ball any better than Will Howard. But what I am saying is, are we surprised? There was a lot of chatter about him from the Pat McAfee show and some other places on ESPN. And we're trying to hype him up, and then his combine just looked terrible. I mean, he just did not look good. And listen, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I am slightly picking on him, but he wasn't very good. And he wasn't the only player that wasn't good. So there was a lot of talk about some players out there that were, great, and there were some players that, winners, losers, things like that. So here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to talk about the loser side of it, right? And there are some conversations about Isaiah Bond and how much he was talking about beating Worthy's time, and he didn't beat it, and then he didn't have a really good combine. That's fine. It is what it is. But the guy who I want to talk about that I think that a lot of people are kind of missing is my boy Tez Johnson. Tez Johnson looked unimpressive. First off, he is small as hell. I'm bigger than him, and I'm not that big of a dude. He didn't show a lot of speed for being the size he is. 40 time was 4.51. Now, he had a good game at the Senior Bowl. He had a good season with Oregon, or seasons with Oregon. He looked like he could potentially be a pretty good, like, slot, fast, Edelman kind of style receiver, but he needs to put some weight on, one. Two, he needs to work on that speed, baby. I don't know what the fuck. 4.5 140 time at 150 is wild. As a wide receiver, that's wild. There were fucking offensive linemen who were running, or linebackers who were running faster than that. Just being honest. So I wasn't, I don't know, to me, he looked a little meh. Now, winners, and people are going to talk about this kind of crazy because I've seen, like, on 24/7 Sports, I've seen on CBS, I think people, think Scatterbo was supposed to be higher or something. I don't know. I never put Scatterbo up on a pedestal as a running back, right? So for me, I feel like he kind of proved some things with this 39.5-inch vert. And then this jump at 10 foot 3 inch. Like, he had a hamstring injury why he didn't run the 40, which is fine. I get it. You know what I'm saying? The 40 doesn't always measure you. Tez Johnson, your wide receiver, is a little different as a running back. But I feel like Scatterbo bumped himself up in my eyes as far as winners. I don't think that, some people, like I said, have him as losers because some of the fact is like, he may be a late, day 6th round kind of draft. Me personally, I think he might be a 3rd round now because of some of the fact he's showing that he is not, what he did in the game against Texas. I don't know, man. It's something about this kid that I like. I don't think he's gonna be like a Christian McCaffrey or anything like that, but I put him in the same realm as I put old boy from the Browns. What was the white running back from the Browns? Oh my God, I can't remember his name. But anyway, I feel like he's going to be in that realm. Like, he's going to be a good powerhouse. He's going to be a good downhill back. But I don't think he's going to be, obviously a Genty or anything like that. Now, winners, for me, this is kind of, Matthew Golden. First off, never. I mean, I knew who he was. Obviously, I look at Texas. He's a wide receiver. He wasn't the first option in Texas. You know what I'm saying? But the man ran a 4.29, 40-yard, and he just impressed everybody with his drills. He impressed everybody. He was supposed to be up there with Xavier Worthy as far as speed as well, and he is up there with Xavier Worthy with speed. 4.29 is fucking incredible. He has a very good big play receiver skill set. Fine, but he showed the speed and put himself up there. I think people that sat out like the Emeka Egbuka, I can't even say his name right. He sat out while others like Burden and Golden made themselves look phenomenal against, you know, what we have short-term memory loss. I mean, we don't remember, or we have short-term memory. We don't remember what you did during the season because the simple fact is we are based in the now. We want to know what you did 5 minutes ago, what you ate for breakfast kind of shit. And it's like, I think that Egbuka lost a little of his, you know what I'm saying, because of how well Golden did. So to me, Golden was the winner, and Egbuka was also a loser. So I agree with the Sporting News on that one. We talked about Isaiah Bond. I think on the defensive side, this was kind of impressive to me. Maxwell Hairston. Maxwell Hairston, to me, is a winner in this combine. He did a 4.28. He showed phenomenal skills. He's lanky. Let me see, how tall is he now? He's 5'11", 183 pounds. He's got big hands, 8 3/4, whatever the case may be. Listen, a lot of people have his athleticism higher. Unfortunately, he played in Kentucky, so you know, we didn't get to see him all year, but he was part of the surgeons that Kentucky was doing great during the SEC, you know, run that they were going through when they were trying to do better. Listen, I think he's going to be a pretty good starter. He'll probably be like a 3rd round pick, but I think 4th round pick maybe. But he jumped up in everybody's eyes because of how well he did and how well he went how well it went for him at the combine. Another person on defense that did really fucking phenomenal, Shamar Stewart. First off, he's already been on the rise, already been looked at as one of the top pass rushers in this defensive, in this draft, in the defensive edge rusher, like top 5, top 10s, top 50s, whatever the case may be. He's already inching his way up. And I mean, man, to be honest, I didn't really pay attention to him too much. He's gonna be a 1st round pick. It may be late, but he is going to be a 1st round pick without question. Along with his teammate or former teammate Nick Sortan. But listen, I don't know. He looks damn good, and I want to see. Let me look at his 40 time. So, because his 40 time was impressive. Where's the linebackers at? Boom. See, this is why you had those stats up. Oh, UCLA with Medrano. Okay. Boy ran a 4.46. See what I'm saying though? Like when you hear a wide receiver run 4.51, you got motherfucking linebackers that's be able to keep up with you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 linebackers that could keep up with you. Like, it's crazy. Where the hell is Shamar Stewart? Oh, they might have him on DE. That's why. Yeah, he ran a 4.59. Hell, he might be able to keep up with the wide receiver. Yeah, listen, I think he is going to be a pretty dope addition. They have him dropping down to the Packers. So, you know, I'm watching him even harder now. Pause. But I'm looking, because like I said, I watched Texas A&M when they were on TV, like nationally and stuff like that. But man, listen, he may be a problem. You add him and Rashawn Gary, and then Clark clogging up the middle. That's kind of scary, bro. And then you got the 2 other ones. Man, I'm forgetting the white boy name. I forgot his name. Anyway, but I'm just saying, man, Van Ness. There we go. You add them all in the mix, and that's a pretty scary front 7. Like, that's a pretty scary front 4 or 5 right there. Like, it's not. Listen, also, I got to give some love to my offensive linemen because there was a couple of offensive linemen that I was shocked. First off, Jared Wilson of Georgia, 4.84. My God, man. 4.84, 40-yard dash. And if I'm not mistaken, the man is 310 pounds. 310 pounds running 4.84. Yeah, that's crazy. His athleticism score is a 98. Jesus Christ. Easily first round pick. Now back to the winners and losers. Abdul Carter, I don't necessarily, people putting him as a loser and things on this with the combine, but I don't think so. I think, like, obviously he didn't have the surgery because he didn't want to, the foot issue, he postponed it because he doesn't want to be out for, he wants to be the number 1 pick. I mean, he wants to be in the top 5, whatever the case may be. So, doing a surgery basically drops you, and he didn't want to drop. He didn't want to drop to, a later team. He wanted to, there's some question about durability and things like that, but I don't know if that's a big deal. Now, losers, which is surprising to me because of how well he looked in the final 2 games of the playoffs, Mr. Jack Sawyer. Sawyer has been, it's something going on with him. I don't know. Every story, everything that I've watched, he hasn't looked dynamic. He didn't look good on tape. As far as like with the combine stuff, because it's so much stuff you have to go back and watch it, and they play it live for like 5 days, and after the fact, it's just so much going on. But yeah, he hasn't looked great, and then also his stock has slowly but surely been taking a nosedive. Now, I think he's going to be kind of like a Scatterbo on the defensive side. I think he's going to make for a good plug-and-play role player, eventual starter, veteran kind of guy, like comes to work with a hard hat and all that, all the sayings and all that shit. I think he's going to be that kind of guy, but I don't know. As of right now, he just doesn't give you like, holy shit, we got to draft this guy. He's going to be the future. And I'm thinking 2nd, 3rd round, maybe. I don't know. They've dropped him out of the 1st round for sure, which is crazy for the end of the year, end of the playoffs type of run that he had. For him to drop out of the 1st round is kind of weird to me. So I don't know. But yeah, those are my winners. Those are my losers. Obviously, the winner in that against Jack Sawyer would be Mr. James Pierce Jr., who ran a 4.47, 245-pound dog. Listen, I just think that there's going to be a lot of depth in this draft, so pay attention. Now, Will Howard, I hated to pick on him because, but I've just been seeing too much talk about him. And I don't think the combine has as much, it doesn't hold as much weight as it used to. These players, we want to see the 40 times. That's basically all I talked about. And we saw how much they bench press. And then maybe the verticals and stuff like that. I think, which is crazy because, and a special shout out to Landon Jackson. Landon Jackson of Arkansas had a very good combine from what I saw and from what I looked at. I think he's gonna be a 2nd round or maybe second. He's gonna be a 2nd day, 2nd round, 3rd round maybe guy. And I think he's doing dope things, especially with having alopecia and all that stuff like that. I think it's alopecia is what I saw. But yeah, he's a bald-headed dude, pretty much no hair, and like he donates and all that stuff like that. His story is dope, and if you want to look up some sports and get motivated, look up Landon Jackson from Arkansas. Never watched a game from, well, I take that back. I watched like a couple games from Arkansas, but didn't really pay him no attention. He's an edge, and he's from Texarkana, Texas, and I think he's going to do, oh shit, 903. Look at that. But anyway, I think he's going to be a good story. I think he may end up being a good edge rusher, plug in and things like that. He had a hell of a combine too. And like I said, in my eyes, so he was a winner as well. So this is Beer 30 Sports O'Clock. Man, this fucking can is tall.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.